that fact of loving presence that the therapist is holding, right, the practitioner is holding, right, is essential and useful for the not just attachment, but any kind of exploratory work. In Hakomi, we're studying the organization of experience, which means getting mindful and turning inwards towards your present experience. And to feel safe enough to do that, you need to know that the person you're working with is holding the container for that inner search, especially when that inner search is often going into territory that's full of pain, memories, aches, disregard, disrespect, and so forth. So, not just for pure attachment work, like I was describing a moment ago, but for just any kind of psychotherapy, that ability to make the client feel safe and welcome, respected, appreciated, listened to, right? That I'm here for you. That's all a manifestation of that state of loving presence that the practitioner needs to go into. So by doing that, in Hakomi, we call it creating a bubble. Whether we're going to do attachment work or we end up doing trauma work or somewhere else, in those wider ranges, it's still about let's build this relationship together that I'm going to initiate energetically as well as verbally and eye contact and so forth, so that you feel like, oh, he or she or they, whoever they are, is with me. Like I'm here, I'm safe. This is different. In this way, we're creating a missing experience often for the person before we even get down to the core material of the wounded stuff and the child memories and so forth. Just that sense that somebody is here with me. They're holding me in positive regard. They're trusting me to go inside and to find what I need to find. They're cheerleading for me in this most basic parental kind of way, almost like, yeah, you go for it. I know there's something in there. Let's find it together. Right? So that whole ability to hold that is essential to the process. Without that, it becomes just conversation, or you're very likely to evoke the client's defenses against being intimate. And that's where the wound usually is. Somewhere, nobody wounds themselves as a child, right? They're always wounded by some external thing, mommy, daddy, Uncle Fred, big sister, the culture, whatever it was, poverty, and whatever it was that took away from you your sense of self. And so you're providing a solid sense of self to the client and saying, I get you have a sense of self. I'm not going to violate it. I'm going to be loving towards you about that in the most broad sense of that word. Right? And therefore, you can relax in terms of me and you and turn your attention inwards towards yourself.